Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Land Before Time series. Today we're doing Land Before Time 4, Journey Through the Mists. So Land Before Time 3 sucked.
Yes, it did.
Unfortunately, don't expect an upward swing anytime soon, because unfortunately we're kind of stuck in the suck zone for a few movies at this point.
For a recap, Roy, Land Before Time 3, while not the worst, had a myriad of problems here. That said, it actually did come up with some clever reasons for why characters can't do certain things here and there. So while I would consider it lame compared to the first movie, it's fine. In fact, I guess that's the overall original trilogy itself. Fine. Being fine kind of stops with this film.
The Land Before Fine.
Okay. Well, it doesn't entirely stop. There are some good sequels out there, but, Pedro, what's the ratio of good to bad that we have to look forward to in the 10 next movies?
It varies a bit. This one is one of the more mediocre ones, I will argue.
It is. This one can best be described as the start of the true descent. 2 and 3. I'd argue 2 was good, just not as good as the first one, and 3 was. But still could be considered fine. I still had problems with it. 4. Well. Let's just get this over with.
So, yeah, start before the stupid cartoon logo plane thing. 3, 2, 1, clink. I said, you have to understand that for us older people who grew up with the first movie, seeing the Land Before Time movie start with this logo I'm sorry, it just feels wrong.
It's a problem with the film industry and not taking animated films as seriously as live-action ones. Let's not forget, Beauty and the Beast probably would have gotten the Oscar for Best Film until they specifically created Best Animated Feature just to see that it didn't get that.
Oh, and the title just gets spit out without any build. Remember how the first movie took its time to build up an atmosphere before showing us the movie with that wonderful James Horner score? Nah, you just show you the title. No build up, no creativity, no effort. Fuck it, whatever. We're in the fourth movie at this point. Why bother trying?
Okay. All ranting aside, I guess to be fair at this point, if you've been following these movies to this point, you pretty much know it. So, I guess the idea is essentially, let's hit the title and then hit the spectacle. Which, to be fair, we do get with the opening narration each time.
But I'm gonna have to agree with Bob's show, though. Does every movie have to start with a basic sum up of the creation of the Earth? And how dinosaurs came to be? Because, like I said, this is the fourth movie. The people watching this are going to be diehard fans or people like us. I seriously doubt anyone is going to use the fourth movie as their jumping on point.
Okay, to be fair, I can attest that a lot of people did jump onto newer films here and there, especially seeing as how as a kid who hung out in play areas like W Kids, they would randomly play Land Before Time movies, essentially, a lot of the newer ones. So I can see a lot of reasons why kids would come across newer ones here and there. And also, let's not forget, before the days of a streaming service, we used to watch TV a lot, and I can assure you these movies showed up on TV a lot.
Sure.
That being said, I'm not gonna say that this is a credit to this movie. It's a nice thing, but somehow I don't always imagine that they had that in mind.
That tree, what the fuck?
Pedro, don't you see? That's how you can tell that tree is going to be interacted with, because it's slightly animated compared to the others.
Well, I know, it's just that, couldn't you make that tree look at least somewhat comparable to the other ones? Seriously,
no.
It looks so out of place.
Nah, I don't understand why they even had to do that.
And yes, in true traditional Land Before Time sequel form, we have more terrible songs.
What?
Oh no.
I don't hear a song coming.
This is a score.
Eventually. Well, that's the thing, Dwebs. Most of these sequels just reuse the James Horner score from the first movie anyway.
Honestly, it's like you mentioned before, it's inconsistent. Some of these go heavy on the songs, others not so much. That said, there is one particular one that really is infuriating with how its songs go, but we'll get to that one.
Is it in this movie?
No, thankfully not.
No, it's later, but but the problem becomes where every time there's a sad moment, they reuse the Littlefoot's mom death theme from the first movie. And like Bob Shaw said, yeah, like you're making it lose its punch by using it so many times.
I mean, I guess to be fair, sad moments be sad moments, and these movies unfortunately have a lower budget, so I can get it. But I will agree that sometimes it does become a bit overused, especially when it's sometimes even used in the happy moments, oddly enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the plot of this one is that another horde of Longnecks are coming. So there you go. Looks like Littlefoot and his grandparents aren't going to be the only Longnecks in the valley for longer.
Also, it's best to sanitize, Littlefoot. We wouldn't want to spread any viruses now. What's a virus?
Something that at least your species won't have to worry about.
Damn.
Jova, come on, Jova. No, don't make me start things you shouldn't know about counter like Bob Show does.
Actually, Pedro, if I recall correctly, these movies do eventually go there anyway.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. So let's wait till the movies actually get... Yeah, because basically, Shiroi... Isn't it in this one? I forgot if this is the one that has those two. I'll wait a bit.
Again, kudos to at least getting back the voice actor for Grandpa, who also voices King Triton in The Little Mermaid, I believe.
Yeah, Kenneth Mars. Yes, Kenneth Mars is great. Unfortunately, he passed away in between movies 13 and 14, and as a result, he doesn't reprise his role in 14. And yeah, Kenneth Mars' absence is deeply felt in 14.
Like, Kenneth Mars...
Oh, look. Notice how Grandpa Longneck felt a bit weak. Weird. Go on.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Joe.
Honestly, I guess if there is one reason to keep coming back for these movies, it is for Kenneth Mars' appreciation, I guess. Like, weird. Was he really in much other stuff aside from Little Mermaid and these movies?
Yes. He has a live action career of his own. But
nice.
Also, did you notice Grandpa Longneck changed colors in between shots? Like,
lol.
Hey, directing animator. You might want to tell the animators to keep the colors consistent.
So, is this story going to be about how once some of the dinosaurs had a heart attack?
You'll see, dudes.
Well, carry on.
Oh, lovely. Give about 500 more years.
I don't like change.
I hate change. I hate change.
Oh, crap. Odaka, did you take another sunshine girl from the sky again?
Even before you existed, naughty boy.
History is doomed to repeat itself.
It's amazing how often that happens.
That's another reason why I picked that for my birthday, because now I can make this joke and you guys will get it.
Yippee! Gods. Oh,
Roll credits.
That's
Well,
it.
kind of.
Half roll credits. What, the number of what? Asteroids?
Hey, Littlefoot, you might want to stay away from their paws. You might get crushed.
Okay, it won't be the paws you'll have to worry about in a few years from now.
Well, I guess that problem was quickly solved. Turns out we're not leaving. Okay, moving over.
All right, cool.
All right, so that was number 4 time 4, Journey Through the Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the mist. We saw the dinosaurs go through the mist for a little bit.
Of course they'd miss you.
And
You've been
now-
to 3 movies together.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah being a tsundere.
Oh, so it's a day that ends in Y. So
that's a
basically
yes.
you would.
Baka.
You know, Sarah, this is exactly why the community ships you and Littlefoot. You make it too damn easy.
We already have our designated shippable character for Littlefoot in a few minutes.
Yeah, that character didn't come back for, like...
No, that's the thing, Jova. She doesn't come back after this one at all.
I'm trying to remember if she came back in, like, a later movie or she came back in the TV series.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. A female Longneck who's literally just Littlefoot, but with bigger eyelashes.
Okay, to be fair, she is a different shade of color as well, so... fair enough, Beans, I guess. See, she's a bit more darker red.
There you go. Alright, fanfic writers, have at it.
That's the thing, they didn't really, because she... Okay, you know what, some did, but not many.
So, oh yeah, did we mention? Did you mention about what happened with Grandma Longneck's voice actress?
What?
Grandma Longneck's voice actress, Linda Gary. This would be her final film role before she died of brain cancer in 1995.
I'm sad. I'm sorry, lady.
Wait.
But
this movie came out in 1996, so...
Well, these things are recorded like months or years before they come out.
Sure. I was just asking for clarification in case.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yes.
And same thing with Dennis Hopper in Alpha and Omega 1.
Look, I guess I'll say the same thing I did with Alpha and Omega. It's not the worst movie to go out on.
No, it is not. It's better than Super Mario Brothers, at least.
Yeah.
That movie.
2000 September 2010, May 2010. Afraid of what?
Hold on.
You're not helping, Petrie.
Calm down, Jeff. Calm down. Great, now he's racist. Great.
Now, where have I heard of this plot point before?
Yeah, get used to this, Shiroi, because these sequels also love to reuse the diversity is great theme from the first movie, because you know it's not like that's redundant or anything, because the first movie already did this and did it much better. So what's the point?
Again, not all of them, but it is weird how it comes back. Like, okay, granted, story-wise, I get it. Allie has pretty much only known Longnecks because that's how she's traveled, in packs with Longnecks. So it makes sense why it's happening. It's just that, did we really need to do this again?
Not to mention, Jova, I mean, I have to say that Bob Shaw made a good point as well. Remember, the kids themselves, despite being told not to, they... What?
No, she's trying to do funny faces because it's funny.
I
guess all kids would laugh at that.
No, but that's the thing, Lips. That bit with the funny faces literally comes out of nowhere. She just starts making them for no reason.
To play with him?
Oh
my god, Sarah, you're tsundere shied.
Oh my
yeah, like I was saying,
there's a Land Before Time TV show as well.
Yes,
there is. It's interesting. They actually tie it in with the movies, even.
Okay. From what I've seen of it, it's not a bad show. In fact, if anything, it's kind of an improvement over a lot of the movies.
I haven't actually seen it properly, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, honestly, Joe, I'm gonna have to side with Bob Show on this one. Like, the other kids had no prejudices of their own. What's her deal?
Well, again, her deal is that she had a different upbringing. The kids had it in a way that they were able to interact with each other. And even still, Sarah was kind of racist in the first movie as well. Second one as well, but that one was a sharp tooth, so a bit more understandable. The difference with Allie is that, well, again, with her upbringing, she's been in a herd of Longnecks her whole life, so of course she's probably, frightened at the sight of anything new or whatnot.
Okay, I really am bothered by something that Grandma is about to tell Littlefoot about. Turns out Grandpa Longneck is dying. By the way.
No! Don't eat the golden flowers; those are poisonous.
Well, I mean, it was better than the blue flower that could end up cursing you.
How exactly do you know
the
this?
Blue flower just echoed.
How exactly do you know this, Yellow Longneck?
I guess that's what
I
they
know
use.
because I must know. It is my purpose.
I guess to be fair, they figured that out because, to be fair, those petals were from the lands that they were in. So we can just assume that when a dinosaur was sick, but then ate it, they ended up getting cured.
The land of the mists.
Unfortunately, nobody really wants to go back there because it's changed too much.
And change is bad.
Okay, to be fair,
it's kind of like a certain song that we're gonna have in movie 12, but we'll get there.
To be fair, what they mean by it's changed too much is that it is legit dangerous there.
Oh, I get that. I was just joking. I understand I understand what they meant. Don't worry. It's the way they phrase it in the dialogue that's a bit weird.
Yeah. I'll give them credit. That's one of the few times where they stick with, the old-timey dialect, essentially.
Oh, hold on. Jesus Christ, Grandpa. Could you at the very least, wait a bit before you automatically tell Littlefoot, look, you need to take care of your grandpa.
To be fair, this is like old prehistoric times. Medical medicine was definitely not a thing, so it's probably a lot.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, come on, Grandpa. Aren't you going to at the very least try to fight this illness before you automatically assume you're going to die? Come on, don't immediately jump to that conclusion for Littlefoot's sake.
It's like
okay. To his credit, he is just saying this just in case he dies. Like, it's not like he's saying that, oh, I'm definitely going to die. He's just saying that if I die, promise me that you'll go with the Longnecks. Which now gives us a dilemma here. If Grandpa Longneck dies, then Grandma Longneck and Littlefoot will have to go with the Longnecks when they migrate out.
Hold on, listen here.
The circle of life.
Okay, not just that, Webbs, but again, to quote Bob's show, Grandma, I think Littlefoot has done his fair share of accepting what the circle of life gives him. I think he needs a break. That bump.
Yeah. And
seriously.
Hell, we don't even talk about whatever the hell happened to his father now, do we?
We're not there yet, Joe. We're not there yet.
Again, yeah, I'm watching these movies, but I keep thinking I keep trying to work out how long these films are set before the dinosaurs got wiped out.
That's the thing, Glibs. Eventually, this movie will start suffering from the same problem the Alpha and Omega movies suffer, which is basically the characters don't age.
Okay, so here's actually our first song 18 minutes into the movie.
Oh, no.
I mean, to be fair, it's like relatively late for the first song, if they are planning to make this a musical.
Basically, this is the discount bootleg version of Circle of Life, basically.
But I know you're only the direct-to-video division, but you're still Universal. You can surely afford some even slightly better songwriters.
You see, Dribs, kids will watch anything.
Yep.
You know what I watched when I was younger? The 70s Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the Disney movies, a couple of other ones scattered throughout. I rarely watched any of these direct-to-DVD schlock because my parents know better.
Oh, look, even the
Tom,
mother spider
well,
has to watch her little babies go.
Well, there's not every kid is as lucky as you. Most parents would just give their kids anything to shut them up.
Yeah, I'm very glad. Okay, aside from like Cinderella 2, I'm glad that my parents at least have good taste and knew where to spend their money and where not to spend it.
My mom and grandma bought me all sorts of VHSs of things that I didn't even heard about before they bought it for me back in the day.
My mom and dad had overall good tastes.
Mind, recently, a recent series of directed.
Emma looks scary now.
You know what? You know what series recently started doing direct to video films for some reason? The Deep Blue Sea films.
Here's the problem.
Yeah, the one where Samuel L. Jackson gets killed by a shark. They released direct to video ones of that recently.
Yeah.
Wow, her tears are so heavy that it literally woke Littlefoot up from his slumber.
Yeah. So here's the problem. One, this particular big emotional sequence kind of feels rushed because it comes kind of a bit too out of nowhere. I get that they foreshadowed with that bit where he was feeling weak, but it wasn't really enough. This needed better build up. Second, okay, here's the thing. The reason the possibility, the reason that the Littlefoot's mom death moment works so well in the first movie is because we got to know the mom to a very good, and we got to really good see how their relationship is. Grandpa Longneck and Grandma Longneck, while they have been in the movies, they haven't exactly done that much with Littlefoot, so they don't really have the same. As a result, this doesn't have nearly the same weight as they wanted to, like the Littlefoot mom thing.
Well, I agree that it doesn't have the same weight. I'd argue against the idea that Grandpa Longneck has not left enough of an impact for this to hold some stakes. No, I'd argue that he does, as like the sole parental, one of the two sole parental figures that Littlefoot has left, and I'd say that he's done enough with Littlefoot that I can actually buy this. Like, nah. I would say he's definitely had enough of a presence in these movies to warrant this. I mean, now one thing I will say this though. How convenient is it that the disease that Grandpa Longneck happens to have just happens to be curable from the old land of the Longnecks that happen to be strolling in through town?
Not just that. In this movie, please stop ripping off the Lion King. We have a Circle of Life song, and now he's literally bringing his girlfriend into a dangerous place for something.
So what's gonna happen next? Is his dad going to die after being betrayed by his brother?
We don't know where Littlefoot's dad is, Dwibs.
That's exactly what happened then.
You're gonna have to wait till movie 10 to get your answer for that, Dwibs.
And when did movie? Let me check. When did movie 10 come out exactly?
Early 2000s, maybe. I don't know.
Also, Ali's a bitch.
I know, right?
It came out in 2003.
You know what's the sad part, Sheila? For a while in this movie, actually comply with her demands and everything. And again, like Bob Shaw said, Littlefoot, can't you think at least on at least one bit before you were officially whipped?
Wait, what?
What?
Land Before Time 10 dragged Kiefer Sutherland into it.
Yes.
Trust me, Debs. These movies somehow managed to get these incredibly talented actors. There's a one point where Cuba Gooding Jr. was in one of these for
rent.
Reasons
these actors need to pay rent.
Clearly.
Yeah, but 24 was ongoing at the time in 2003. Why would Kiefer Sutherland need Land Before Time 10?
Interest, he broke something, maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
Maybe, just maybe, he thought that he could write the ship.
Anyway, back to the Mistlands. I mean, the Pride Mist. I mean, this place.
Sort of! You sort of know where you're going out in the desert?
Also,
wow, that's nice to know. Now we're in the middle of a desert where we could die of thirst. You sometimes lose track of where you are.
A Littlefoot don't you have like, I don't know, a plan? Like, or is your plan just wandering around at random?
Okay.
Are we gonna get mirages as well or something now? I bet.
Okay. To Littlefoot's credit, his plan was to consult Allie because she should know the way back to her old homeland.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
The problem is just that Allie...
Oh, no, go on.
The problem is just that Allie can sometimes have a lousy sense of direction and lose track of stuff, which could complicate things.
Go on, Shiroi.
It seemed like, he had his head on straight because he was like, oh, you could come, but you don't like my friend, so I just thought he was going to go on without it. But no, he was swayed very easily.
I know, Shiroi. That's why Bob shows it in his review. Can't you take out at least one date before you're whipped? Like, seriously. That's the sad part. You know what, Shiroi? Maybe that's why the fans ship him with Sarah, because they know that Allie's a shitty girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah also has her own problems, but yeah.
Sarah got better over the movies.
That's the thing, she fluctuates, but I'll get to it over the course of these. Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is the one.
What?
We're about to get our antagonist of the movie, Shiroi.
Okay, so, Shiroi. You know how up until this point, for as inconsistent in quality as these movies have been, they at the very least had the basic decency of having the characters not do real life references that they couldn't possibly know about, like referencing human objects like beds or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, we're done with that because, yeah, this while there was that cooking reference in movie 2. You can kind of now it's going to get worse. Now they're going to start referencing real life human appliances that they have no way of knowing what they are. Again, another thing that this series shares with Alpha and Omega.
This is not a David Lynch story.
Well, I mean, it depends on what David Lynch story it is.
QN Cool Edge theme. Man, there's a lot of earthquakes in these movies.
Prehistoric times with so many volcanoes out and about.
Oh, well, the movie's over.
I'll go with you, Littlefoot, but don't bring in any of those non-Longneck people. They're filthy. Why couldn't she be the one being buried under that shit?
I don't think you like this character very much.
No, I do not.
No.
She's bland as fuck and she's racist.
Wow, then she's no, she's not. In that case, she's not bland. She's just shit.
Tick tock,
Ominous.
tick tock, tick tock,
Goes
tick
the
tock.
croc. And yet, this is not the craziest journey he will be on.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon they'll all be on the quest to find the last bit of food before they all die.
That's movie 8, I think.
Yeah, not just that. We also kind of did that in Free. Kind of.
That'll be the natural ending of the Land Before Time movie. Like we'll probably get to Land Before Time 17, and then and then the thing will happen.
Hey.
And
Okay. Could you maybe position Grandma Longneck a bit better? Because the way she was positioning her neck earlier, not now, earlier a bit in that shot, it felt like it was a bit too. How should I put this?
The shot was a bit strange. Like
like a. I get that they're tiny compared to her, but you don't have to have her literally put her head right next to the ground. Sorry, guys. Allie's racist and she can't stand you guys. So.
Well, okay, actually, to his credit, that wasn't the main reason he went without them. The first and most main reason was because Allie would apparently know the way and be one of the only Longnecks willing to go there.
Okay.
I've made a terrible mistake.
he died.
What motivation would she have to make that up, let alone be talking to you if she wasn't telling the truth?
Yeah, like for questions, my disliking of her aside, what reason would she even have to make this up?
Like, if anything, the reason she's coming to you is because she knows you're the people that Littlefoot trust. Come on, soon.
No. Go on. Also, is it just me, or is her head and body swapping color palettes every so often?
Yeah, I know, right? It's a common problem in this movie. Grandpa Longnecks was doing it earlier too. Like the characters keep switching color schemes between shots. Like Mr. Animation Director, can you tell your illustrators to keep the colors consistent, please? Did they run out of ink? At that point, so they have to use a different brush. Was that it? Like,
these were made on a budget, so it happens, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Shiro. For as bad as they can get, the Disney the Disney direct-to-video sequels tend to at the very least have the colors consistent from shot to shot.
Okay.
That's Disney, though.
That's Disney, though. Like, their direct-to-video budgets could be comparable to some much smaller scale town companies' budgets for a theatrical movie. And mind you, even the Disney direct-to-video sequels weren't exactly immune to being crap in animation.
Sure. It's just that, it's not like Universal is like a small-time company or anything. Universal is a huge company with a lot of money, even back before they were bought by Comcast.
That's the thing.
Go on.
That's the thing. The direct-to-video Disney movies were made around the time of Disney's Renaissance, so they were more so back on top of the world financially. Universal, not so much. Mind you, I'm not saying that as an excuse, but honestly, Disney direct-to-video sequels had more back in them. And even still, like I said, a lot of them didn't even look good still. We had Hunchback of Notre Dame, and while I do like the writing of the Aladdin sequels, they definitely pale in comparison to the first movie in animation style, too. Like,
I'll argue Free looks really good.
True.
Not as good as the first movie, obviously, but still really good.
But man, the backlash to Return of Jafar was immense when that movie came out.
Oh, see, here's the thing about Return of Jafar is a fine enough pilot for the TV show. The problem is that they sold it as a sequel. They sold it as a sequel to the first. Like, let's see, the reason Tangled Before Ever After is not judged as a full-blown movie is because they actually sold that to us as exactly for what it was, a pilot little TV movie for the TV series.
It probably did. Yeah.
Return of Jafar. If you watch Return of Jafar, knowing exactly what it is, which is a pilot for the TV series, it's fine. It's not great, but it's fine.
Wasn't Return of Jafar also like the first ever of the Disney sequels too?
Yes. Even though technically it was intent. It's kind of the same problem I have with the way they're still doing that, by the way. Like, because they remember, Olaf's Frozen Adventure was meant to just be a Christmas special that would air on TV. That's it. But for whatever reason, Disney thought it would be a good idea to put it right before Coco in theaters.
And it goes on for like half an hour, right?
Yeah, half an hour. And then the sad part is that Olaf's Frozen Adventure is actually a really good special. But people went into that and they were waiting to see Coco, and they have to sit through something that they didn't even thought was like. If it was just a 7-minute short, that would be one thing. But let's pay here. Listen here.
These actors sound familiar.
I think one of them. I don't think it's Eric Idle, but he's kind of one of those Eric Idle soundalikes.
Gosh, these two are like an old married couple.
Yeah, and this song is terrible, by the way. I don't know what a sock is. Okay, I get it. You both hate each other. Can we please do we need a song to explain your incredibly simplistic?
Join us next time for Land Before Time.
Wait. How do you know what July is?
Join us next time for Land Before Time 5: The Wonders of Divorce.
Yeah, Shiroi. This crocodile knows what the months of the year are. Somehow.
You know, remember...
For the sake of the audience, allow me to say this. See, audience, here's the thing. The reason me and Jove are a bit hard on this aspect is because the previous movies never did this. So we're just asking for the movies to be consistent. If the movies did this from the very first... See, the reason people don't get angry at pop culture references in the Aladdin trilogy is because, well, the first movie was already like that. This is kind of just how this movie works. This is kind of how this universe works. That's the logic of Aladdin.
Not only that, but those were being made by the genie. Somebody who we could easily infer maybe was looking into the future, had access to all that time stuff and whatnot here and there. It's kind of like Merlin in the Sword and the Stone movie.
Mm-hmm. But now we're introducing this aspect in the fourth movie. It's a bit too late to introduce this.
All right, that was over.
Yeah,
cool.
Well, remember, sure, that's kind of how all of these songs are. They're just kind of time wasters.
I can maybe give them the bed one because, you know, bed, nest, and all that, but no, the other references are just... nah. But yeah, basically they're a symbiotic relationship. She's the muscle, essentially, but he is her eyes, essentially.
And kind of the brain of the operation, as well. It's... I mean, seriously, what next? Are we gonna have a song about how I feel itchy?
I'm trying to remember if there actually was a song in the Land Before Time sequels about that.
Well, I don't know about you, Pedro, but I've got some of the lyrics ready already for the itchy song. I was cursed by a witch, and now I've got a massive itch.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, see, yeah. The lyrics are about. I know there's only 2 verses that I came up with, but they're on par with this movie, and I came up with them in like 5 seconds.
Congratulations, Bibbs. You're hired as a songwriter for Land Before Time 15.
If that's even
yeah.
At this rate.
I'll take half of what you paid these writers, even.
Yeah, this is another thing, by the way. This movie's already short enough as it is, but yeah, they come up with this very basic storyline. Grandpa's sick, go get flour, bring back, problem solved. But since that plot, when you boil it down, yeah, it doesn't really. It's still not quite enough to fill even a 1 hour and 13-minute movie. Yeah, the movie does still have a lot of stop time and just the scenes that go nowhere.
They still haven't even found like where they're supposed to go.
Also, this crocodile is such a shitty hunter. Seriously, you couldn't even.
Okay. So basically, our villains are Dill and Itchy. Yes, those are their names essentially. Itchy is the male sharp beak, and Dill is the female crocodile. They're voiced by Jeff Bennett and Trace McNeil. So yeah, that explains why they sounded familiar.
There you go then. It's not. Is he sure? It's not just celebrities that come here to embarrass themselves in the movies. Great voice actors do that too. So. Yeah, can we talk about how with each new movie, these Land Before Time movies get progressively lesser and lesser villains? Because the first movie's villain was a T-Rex. In the second movie, they at the very least tried to ramp up the ante by having two. The third movie is a bunch of well, doesn't really have much of a villain stuff on the movie.
They have Velociraptors.
Yeah, they have Velociraptors, I guess you can argue, but they only showed up at the end there. But yeah, in here it's just a dumb crocodile and a bird.
Oh look, the Simpson came back.
Gee.
Like clockwork. And yet, we're kind of only reaching the halfway point at this point.
Yeah, so what's the rest of this? Okay, assuming... Okay, well, that's the thing, though. What's this movie actually been about? Just trying to find their lost friend who was trying to help their sick granddad.
That's the problem, Webs. See, here's the thing. Writing-wise and thematically-wise, this movie isn't really about anything. It's just a fetch quest. Go fetch this thing so you can so the things get better. That's literally it. The problem is the movie doesn't actually. Yeah, the movie tries to do that whole circle of life thing, but whatever. Like, just watch The Lion King instead. Like, the whole circle of life thing is just thrown in there with that song, just as a vain attempt at trying to give this meaning, but it just doesn't work. You see, kids? Circle of life. You saw this in The Lion King, didn't you? So yeah, it must be good.
Yeah, it was. In fact, I want to watch The Lion King again after this.
And now the sea turtle is bravely sacrificing himself for Littlefoot's sake!
He is such
a example.
Sarah's gonna get a concussion.
But to be fair, she's a try-horn. This is what they do.
I know, but she's small.
She's still a hardhead, Shiroi.
Yeah, we've seen that throughout the movie.
Well, that's the thing, Shiroi. Try-horn skulls are actually incredibly, incredibly hard and thick. Like, they don't... Like, it takes a lot to give a try-horn a concussion. Even though you were just here just fixing your own mess, but yeah.
Why was that turtle looking at them suggestively?
Nope, still racist. Sorry. I love that bit. She was all thinking, maybe these guys aren't so bad after all. Nah, sorry, still racist.
Oh, that was really anticlimactic.
Are you sure we're done with them, Shiroi?
It's okay, Shiroi. Maybe Ali just needs a song about how great it is to have friends of different colors and sizes.
Oh God, no. And he showed us the way. It's after every line of dialogue, I keep thinking that's going to lead into a song.
Oh, how convenient.
I mean, I can believe that. He's pretty old. Like,
sure,
he's been around. Like,
Which is why we're probably going to let that continue to happen at least 11 more times.
You mean stay young and all that? Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. No, sorry. 10 more times.
10 more times, yeah. There's only 14 so far. Maybe one day, who knows? Who knows? Maybe they have a new Land Before Time being made to cash in more on when the third Jurassic World comes out.
Possible. I mean, the last one. I think the last one came out a year before a year after Jurassic World did.
Now how do we get it down?
Hey, Pedro. The cat. A valley of insert natural weather condition here.
Yep.
Can I watch that film instead? That sounds much better.
I guess we'll just assume that they rock climb down somehow.
For the sake of
Hey,
for Clarence,
Petrie.
he's talking about Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind.
Hey, Petrie, there's Mist. Why don't you fly over the Mist so we can get a bit of a mapped out area?
Because we have to fill 1 hour and 14 minutes runtime somehow, Jova.
But Pedro, the third film actually went out of its way to explain why Petrie couldn't fly.
Well, Jova. Jova, we can't just have a perfect record now, can we? I mean, that would just be too much.
Wait, Sarah was screaming, but her mouth didn't even move.
Animators, you're slacking.
Sarah!
Yeah.
And the mist is gone.
Egg eaters. They even look exactly like the Jeff Bennett one from the second movie. Like, it's literally the exact same model reused.
You know, kudos for consistency, I guess. So I guess, to be fair, the idea of this movie is to show off how some dinosaurs are evolving to a certain point here and there, hence the bout of change, so that's fine, I guess.
Man, clouds move incredibly fast in this world. Well, that was 10 seconds of wasted time. Thanks, movie. Like, seriously.
And now the sun is back.
You see what I mean about the movie trying its hardest to fill its runtime? Like, seriously.
Perhaps we can be friends with this shrew. Yes, you're cute. You can make a plushie out of that. Moving on now. Even though he literally crawled over you. Buy now for $19.99.
I'm glad I only paid £2.50 for this. And even better, it's a rental, so again, at least unlike that recent Swan Princess film that we did. At least it won't be haunting my permanent digital collection forever and ever.
Okay, Sarah, we have to talk about you constantly sleeping in the very tips of rocks. You did this in the first movie too. Like, try sleeping somewhere that's not at the tip of a rock.
I guess, okay, to her credit at the time, she couldn't see with all the mist, so she probably had the mentality that, stay there where it's safe, because she couldn't see.
That's the thing, though, Jova. It didn't look that foggy. In fact, it looks even less foggy than that stupid scene near the end of the Snowman.
You see, Dwibs, you have to just acknowledge that because there's mist, the characters are blinded in that. Which,
funny enough, was also from Universal. Wasn't it Universal and not being able to make fog heavy enough?
Okay. To their credit, there were some scenes where the fog was heavy enough. Though I do get what you mean with... I get it. For the sake of the movie, for us to be able to see Sarah, they make it so that it's essentially thick to the characters, but, it looks not that thick. I'll snap their back.
Literally, snap. Oh well, Sarah's dead.
Well, if it'll stop that annoying as all hell screaming, then yay.
To be fair, if you were in that predicament, you'd probably scream too.
Well, again, that's the thing. It's like with anything. Well, that and I will admit, loud, high-pitched noises like screaming, it's not something that I can really cope with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll admit that's more of a me problem. It's like how, say, people really, really don't like rats or spiders.
Go forth, Allie.
Maybe it's time for Allie's big redemption.
Yep.
Well, so much for that.
Bless her, she's trying.
The movie wants to keep her a racist for a little longer.
Okay, Mr. Crocodile, what's her name again?
Dill.
Dill.
Well,
Dill, how about moving a bit faster? Like, seriously, this movie moves at a fucking snail's pace despite being only 1 hour and 15 minutes long.
Again, to her credit, she has vision problems, hence the symbiotic relationship.
Also, Shiori, in regards to the whole racist thing, to be fair, they are dinosaurs.
I'm
Basically,
sorry, I don't think I understand your point.
At least here in Britain, another term we use for racists are dinosaurs.
Oh, so this is secretly...
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So this is secretly a kind of a British thing, kind of?
It's like their ideology is outdated and old.
So much to the point where it could have come from prehistoric times.
Then again, this is an American-made movie, so I doubt that's what they were going for.
Oh no, I'm sure, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is it me? Every time Allie is happy, she makes this face that just looks naughty.
Maybe she's into both males and females?
I mean, that's fine, I guess, but here you go, listen. So yeah, it turns out I'm not racist anymore, guys. So I have to think about it.
Ah!
Okay.
This is the I'm not a racist anymore song.
Actually, she right. Yeah, it is, actually.
So let's see.
Body was more subtle than this.
So far, I believe that means we're up to a total of 3 songs in this movie.
Well, this movie's short, so I guess.
Fortunately, she's not exactly in key, though.
Yeah, again, it's even worse. You can't see.
Like, at least the first 2 songs were in tune, but this... Oh, God, this song sucks. Which is weird, because I think she's the only one of the actors who can't sing, because all the other actors seem to be fine with singing.
Well, Tress MacNeille and Jeff Bennett, that's a given, obviously. But
I'm talking about
yeah.
the other kids here, too. Like, no, it's Allie's voice actress that just does not work.
Again, if you're gonna have songs, can't you at the very least make sure everybody in the cast can sing?
I guess.
Don't worry, guys. I'm sure Universal won't make the same mistake again.
What are you talking about, Dwibs? Pierce Brosnan's angelic singing voice was your favorite part of Mamma Mia.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. That was also back when even Meryl Streep hadn't learned how to sing.
Yeah, nowadays Meryl Streep's great at singing, but back during the days of Mamma Mia... Oh, and to think, we got a duet of Meryl Streep and Pierce Brosnan singing, too!
So the basic gist of it is, don't be racist.
And get singing lessons. And there's under 20 minutes of this left.
The song is about as interesting as styrofoam.
Wait,
like,
there's actually 20 minutes of this left?
Yes.
What else is gonna... Oh yeah, we still haven't found that stupid flower or whatever.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem with this movie. It makes it feel... It's like it's about to end, but then it remembers, oh shit, there's something else.
What
was the plot we were supposed to be having again?
Say what you will about 2 and 3, but 2 and 3 at least felt like they were going somewhere. This movie is just spinning its wheels.
It's because, it's like I said before, Jova, it's because the plot, when you break it down, is incredibly short and simple. Grandpa's sick, get flour, heal Grandpa. That's it. That's all the plot is. The problem is that they think, okay, now how are we going to stretch this into 1 hour and 13 minutes? And that's basically all we got. Hey, look at the bright side, Shira. At least Allie's not racist anymore. I still don't give a rat's ass about these guys. Can we please just...
Wow. How she did that without biting on his neck is, beyond me. I guess I'll give Jeff Bennett and Trace MacNeille this. They are probably some of the more entertaining things in this movie.
Well, they're Jeff freaking Bennett and Tress MacNeille, so... I mean, the movie would have to try really hard to make these two not entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's impossible, mind you. Remember, Shyamalan managed to make the incredible feat of making Will Smith boring. So...
Well, I mean, to be fair, that was also kind of his own fault.
Okay. I blame him for the story. I don't blame him for the directing. That was all on Shyamalan.
He was also a producer as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, still though, again, there are some things I blame Will for, there's some things I blame Shyamalan for. Shyamalan was the director, and you saw the results of that. Again, that's not to say that the story written by Will wasn't a problem itself, but Shyamalan was not helping things.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember, the entire point of that...
him in the first place.
Well, remember, the entire point of that movie was for him to basically make his son an Hollywood superstar.
But yeah, Dwibs just raised a good point. Why would you hire M. Night Shyamalan? Especially since this was M. Night Shyamalan at his lowest, given the absolute thrashing that Last Airbender, his last film, got at the time.
Probably because nobody else would take the job.
Remember, and also remember, that was one other thing about Shyamalan. That was the era where he changed movie studios with every movie, since Lady in the Water. From Warner Brothers to Fox to Paramount to Sony, and now he's at least stable with Universal.
It's because most studios pretty much dropped him after one bit. They were like, oh, here's the famed M. Night Shyamalan. Surely he'll be able to do great stuff for us like he did with Disney. And, well, each movie just kept getting worse and worse until Last Airbender was the absolute pinnacle of crap.
Okay. Shiroi. So in that case, let's.
Shiroi, look.
And yes, Pedro.
Hold on. There you go. We found the flower.
Remember,
we have a whole crap ton of them. In fact.
Shiroi, don't those flowers look wonderful to make tea out of?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Okay, so okay, that begs the question though. Okay, sure. So what do you prefer then? The "Let's help them because it's the right nice thing to do" song in the first movie, or the "I'm not a racist anymore" song from this movie?
They're all terrible.
Well, I don't remember the song from the third movie being sung out of key, so...
True. Well, it was Littlefoot singing it, but don't worry, Debs. You won't remember this song in like 2 days from now anyway. So.
Well, I probably won't remember it in an hour from now. You see, that's one benefit of my slippy memory. I can forget bad things as well. Can't end the movie yet. You got like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we have to, like I said, we have to fill out 1 hour 30 minutes somehow.
Well, I mean, here's how you could do it: scrap the movie and give the budget to another one, or at least boost the movie's budget with whatever you're going to use for this one. This was 1996. What Universal movies came out that year that could have used the bigger budgets?
I don't know.
Let me see. The Nutty Professor.
Ah. You know, I have to wonder, why can't the mouse speak? I mean, all creatures in this in this movie, no matter what species, speak. Why can't the mouse speak?
Well, don't you see, the mouse is too evolved to communicate with them.
Wait, to evolve to communicate? Isn't that an oxymoron? Like that.
Well, it's the idea that someone on a different planet, on a different level of evolution, apparently would not be able to communicate with them. And I guess, to be fair, as we have seen with these movies here and there, that sometimes certain dinosaurs can't communicate with each other, like with the sharp tooths.
I guess.
They do later try to address this, and I think... God, is it movie 5 or movie 9 that they address this?
Oh, great.
Ducky,
it's a flower,
please,
Ducky.
You don't need to... Ducky, I get that your whole cute thing is that you pretty much love everything, but flowers? Okay, look. Yes, I do get that some people think it's good to talk to flowers to help them grow. But, that flower doesn't need it so much. As much as you need to get away.
BJ to the rescue! Wow, I had no idea that Ducky was Stretch Armstrong.
I'm sure she's okay!
Well, she's a swimmer. I'm pretty confident she can handle that just fine.
I don't know, Pedro. The movie seems to suggest that Ducky is apparently dying.
Yeah, from the crocodile, maybe. Yeah, but no, I'm sorry. Movie, you can't possibly try to make me want to believe that Ducky would drown. She's a freaking swimmer. Water is her natural element.
But she's just a little one, Pedro. There we go. Rob Paulson finally gets to speak as Spike.
I just died a little inside, by the way.
Oh,
Like,
but don't you see,
seriously.
Pedro? It's a big moment in the series. Spike finally found it in himself to speak, to help his little sister, well, technically big sister, come about.
I say the same. I say the same thing that I say of Bridget from
What?
Clown Princess. Like, Spike's charm has always been that he was the silent, mute character, and his personality came strictly from the animation, from his expressions. Like, I don't know. It's just, and for the record, if you think Spike is going to start becoming a regular talker like all the other characters from this point, nope. He goes right back to being the way he was before. Right after this.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
what?
now
So
that's
what? So what?
stupid.
So what was even the point of that? It felt like they just did that to tick off people like me.
Wow, we got the racist, we got the ableism. God, anything else this movie want to do?
Sexism.
Okay, does that mean we need a... Okay, sure. In that case, what we need right now is a song about how I'm not ableist anymore. Quick Dibs, write us a
These two
song.
are trash anyway.
Yeah. I got it. I now don't care if you're missing a leg, whether it's gone or replaced it with a peg.
There you go, see?
Oh.
Again, there. Again, pay me half. I could do these songs in a minute. I mean, they're crap, yeah, but again, it's only a minute.
Congratulations, Dibs. You're a regular Lemuel Miranda.
Yeah, you did. What exactly?
Oh, they named it.
Yep. Littlefoot, you're not supposed to name it. Once you name it, you start getting attached to it.
Now put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
And now we can bring back those flowers, which look a lot like the bells that appear over Sora whenever he's casting Curiga, now that I think about it. Let me just check IMDb, Littlefoot, to see if your grandpa will live.
What's IMDb?
You'll know when you're older, which will be never
remember
because
shit.
these movies won't let you grow up!
Yeah.
And remember what, Pedro?
Remember, Shiroy, the characters in this movie know real life things, so maybe he does know what IMDb is.
You
They
know,
know what socks are.
you know, I gotta say, Simba's lucky. He is very lucky that despite the fact that his kid form was considered more marketable, Disney at least did the smart thing and still regularly have him in his adult form more often than not.
No,
That's
he's
another-
going to die, and you're once again going to learn what the circle of life is anyway.
That's why I don't. That's why I'm so harsh on Spirit Riding Free, because despite Lucky at season, I think it was 5, having her first kiss, she still looks exactly the same as in season 1.
Oh no, Grandpa died. Nope, sorry, little fella. I
Psych.
was just there waking up.
So what illness was it even to the point where you can just magically heal yourself by eating a flower?
I guess to be fair, there were probably herbs in the plant that can do that. Like, the whole healing with plants thing actually is partially a thing historically. Mind you, it's not as easy as the film suggested it to be, but I don't know, maybe that's how dino immune systems worked or something.
You have to, in real life, you have to, in real life, you have to do a lot of work on the flower stuff to make it.
Yeah, your parents are very worried. In fact, you're all grounded.
No. It's okay.
Yeah.
You saved a life, so it's all right.
I mean, we got 10 more movies after this. I'm sure we'll meet in one of them at least. Which
She
turns
never
out,
came back.
Nope. You'd think, right? You'd think with that phrase, she would, come back at some point in the movies. But no, I guess they forgot about her.
Well, not. Wait, let me check and see.
No, I can tell you that Allie doesn't come back in.
She did come back in the TV series.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen the TV series. So.
Played by Nika Futterman, of all people.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Spike.
Oh, there you go, Pedro, when he wants to.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, oh my god, she's voiced by Nika Futterman in the TV series. That's freaking Assad's Ventress she's voiced by there.
And Styx as well.
Mm.
Huh, well there you go, Pedro, she did come back, just in the TV series.
Okay.
Well, since you're such a big fan of Valley, we'll need to see that TV series for your sake, I guess.
Oh, no, that's definitely on the list. It's just that... Oh, and now we have a montage of all the wonderful times that Littlefoot and Allie spent together.
Yeah, sorry, no, this ship never took off.
Guys, are you this desperate to fill in the runtime? Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, they really are.
I'm sorry. We're still asking this question at this point?
I know, but this goes beyond desperate at this point. You're literally reading footage at this point. It's not even freeze frame there. What the fuck?
Also, that echo at the end there was very Fox and the Hound, and I hate it. Like that goodbye there.
Oh, and guess what, Shira? Guess what we end this movie on? In terms of, shot.
Oh!
Check this out. Hold on.
There you go. They would meet her again, but that's another story.
Just this here?
And we end the movie on Grandpa Longneck's ass. There you go.
I gotta say, also the narration... The narration reminds me of the ending of every episode, at least the dubbed version of Anne of Green Gables, where they were like, "Well, we'll have to find that out next time."
There you go. That final shot is the perfect sum up of this entire movie.
It's
a movie that felt like it came out of somebody's anus.
We ended the movie on a dinosaur ass shot. Fantastic.
I know, right?
Well,
what do you mean? Music composed by Michael Tavera? Most of the music is by James Horner.
Hey, we credited him. Wait, if we hold on together, James Horner composed that song?
I mean, that's composition, not lyric writing. So,
still though,
even so, did If We Hold On Together even play in this movie?
It must have, because they literally mentioned that in the credits.
Maybe there was an adaptation of it, maybe?
Well, okay, here's the thing, sure. If We Hold On Together is also the leitmotif of the first movie.
Andrea Romano, why?
Yeah.
You're so much better than this, Fluttershy.
Yeah, Andrea Romano. Like she always said, these people really need to pay rent. But
wait till they start getting the
Daryl Rooney. Daryl Rooney did the storyboard. For those who don't know, Daryl Rooney was the director of Lion King 2. So,
Well,
I mean,
I guess you know what? At least you would go on to do something better then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for as much as I'm not very keen on Lion King 2, it's at least better than this.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay. If We Hold On Together, Shiro, is actually the leitmotif of the first movie. As in, it's not just the song itself that plays it in credits, it's also the main orchestral theme that plays throughout most of the movie. So maybe that's what they mean. Like, not the song itself. It's just that when people usually think If We Hold On Together, they think the song. They don't think the leitmotif.
And that's
So
the
it's
thing.
weird.
And that's the thing. Doesn't the leitmotif have a different name as well, for the proper score soundtrack? Whereas, again, they were specifically quoting If We Hold On Together as if it were the lyrical song it's talking about.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the soundtrack they have different names depending on which track it is. Yes, but it plays the melody quite a lot throughout the movie. It's just that which is why when people say "If We All Together," they immediately think the credit song. So, but whatever. The point is, this movie. Okay, that was Land Before Time 4. Everybody, Dwebs. Go ahead.
What else is there to say? I mean, it's short at least, so there's so at least the pain isn't very long. But however, this movie has a lot of problems. Like the songs are awful, especially the last few. At least the last one, where the singer couldn't sing. there was the anemic story, and the mediocre animation. Like that's pretty much it. That's how you sum up these movies. So, like the ones after the first one, at least.
Dwebs, look at the bright side. At least Ali is not racist anymore.
Oh, how wonderful! Is he going to be racist in the other movies after this?
No, but the jury's still out on the TV series.
Yeah. We'll get to the TV series at some point, maybe. But yeah, overall, this movie sucks. And considering that we've got 10 more of these left, plus a TV show, I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, I can feel your excitement in your voice. I mean,
yeah.
All right, go ahead, Shuri.
Pretty much as bad as the others, like the sequels. We've seen the story done better, as Pedro already said, within this series. With the first movie.
Honestly, even the sequels, I'd argue. Well, okay, specifically too, because Free actually was about how sharing is good and all that. Oh wait, I think it was also about Sarah's dad finally getting over his prejudices as well, so fair beans, I guess.
Yeah, we've had a few prejudice storylines in these already.
Again. At least with that it was dealing with the characters who had that problem, so we could consider it part of their arcs. Here's a new character who has that new plot point here. Let's fix that.
It's going to become so redundant at this point. We've already did this series. We've already did this.
They had to literally add in a new character just to do it again, because pretty much every other characters who had that as their main thing, well, it's pretty much been dealt with at this point.
A part of me wishes that Grandpa still died because, he's had to learn this lesson before. But at the same time, I'm glad he didn't, because it would have kind of been a middle finger to the first movie, I feel. So, the songs were as expected. They're pretty bog standard for this kind of thing. The plot forgets itself for like the entire middle portion of the movie, and it's only until the last quarter, even not even the third, we're like, oh yeah, we were supposed to be looking for this flower. Cool, bye. The villains are just not even villains. They're just, they're hungry. You're in their territory. Their behavior is expected. The song between those two was probably the worst.
But what about our new super awesome new character, Ali?
Nah, I still think the one where these two are constantly telling each other how much they hate each other is worse, because it just goes on for way too long. And it's like the same point repeated for like a good 3 minutes.
And it takes them like how many more encounters before they actually do just split up?
Yeah, it's whatever. The animation is fine for this kind of thing. The colors switch around way too much, though.
Yeah. Steve, did you paint Littlefoot with the wrong brush again?
The acting was at least this is still hand drawn at the time, right?
Yes, hand drawn.
Okay. But yeah, the animation itself is fine. That's it. This was I don't think, I don't like this any more than the other sequels. I don't hate it any more of the other sequels. This is just, this is a pretty standard fare for this series. Anyway, who's next?
I guess I'll go next. It's not a complete dumpster fire. There is some nice animation here and there. That said, I think the main problem is it doesn't even have a spectacular bad factor that later movies will have. At least with the original trilogy, each one felt different enough so that they felt at least enough like their own unique experience. This one at best feels like a retread of 1 and 2, when at worst just feels like the pity parts left over, desperately trying to jumble together a plot that is over an hour, and oh boy does it get stretched.
That's the thing. It suffers from the same problem the original Fallen Jova. If we cut out all the filler from this movie, the movie will only be like 10 minutes long.
So, yeah, this was certainly a movie. Wasn't necessarily the worst thing ever. It was bad, though. I could maybe say 3 was fine. No, this is the first Land Before Time film that I could say is just bad. Hell, it even takes away the good points that 2 and 3 had, with still maintaining enough identity and at least, doing their best to keep with how, obviously dinosaurs wouldn't know these certain references here and there, and also how, again, they even went the extra mile to explain why certain characters couldn't do actions that would make the plot easier. Here, they literally did have to resort to that kind of stuff, the chuckleheads. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was Land Before Time 4. It sucked, but it's going to get better and worse.
Land Before Time 4 is, well, exactly what you'd expect. It's a bad movie that is about nothing. It tries to pretend to be about something by trying to make Ali racist only so we can have that, oh, guys, I'm not racist anymore. It's so good to have friends are all shapes and sizes and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't work because this is not a character arc. This is just an attempt at trying to make naive people think that there's a character arc.
An attempt was made.
Sure. Sarah's quote-unquote tsundere character arc gets abandoned halfway into this thing, basically. So, whatever. As the primary plot, the whole Circle of Life song thing, it's there because they saw it in Lion King and they thought, okay, kids like Lion King, don't they? Let's do the Circle of Things shit. There you go. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like they had no clue, so they figured, let's rip Lion King off. There you go. That works. Yeah. And aside from those 2 points, there's no plot to speak of in this movie. Most of this movie is just pointless meandering, because it's abundantly clear that they came up with this basic storyline. It's kind of like Dr. Lautrec, where they came up with this basic storyline in Dr. Lautrec, which is get treasure, defeat villain. How do you make it longer? Pokemon. The same process was applied here. We have this very simple story. We need Littlefoot to get to the flower and heal Grandpa. How do we make it? How do we fill an entire 1 hour and 30 minutes with it? With that, songs stretching out. Oh, and by the way, did I mention that this movie literally starts reusing footage under the guise of a montage at the end? Because are you that desperate to reach that runtime?
Of course they are, Pedro.
Seriously. Oh, okay. So yeah, that was Land Before. This was really bad because it's a movie that is in complete denial of its own shallowness. Really. Anyway, that was Land Before Time 4. Tune in next time for when we do Land Before Time 5. I forgot its subtitle. What's the subtitle, Jova?
Land Before Time 5, The Mysterious Island.
Oh boy, that one. That's guess what, Shirai? It's the return of Chomper, the little T-Rex buddy we made back in movie 2.
Is he gonna be evil?
No, he's still nice.
Well, Just go ahead and spoil it.
But he can talk now. Don't worry, don't worry, Jova. Like the fact that he's nice is kind of part of the joke anyway. So whatever.
Honestly, I guess we're in for one of the better films then, because 5 is it's one of the ones that does retain continuity, surprisingly. Anyway, we'll see you then.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.